All right. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless Wonder the Man that can clear. We are back for a live stream of Red Matter 2 on PlayStation VR 2. The original Red Matter, I believe, launched on the original Oculus Quest, as well as PC. And the first Red Matter received a lot of praise on Quest because I believe it was the first game that showed lighting and reflections. So what they did was amazing. I didn't play the game, but I saw enough videos to be impressed with what I was seeing. So fast forward to now, we've got Red Matter 2 available on Oculus Quest, PC, and PSVR 2. And once again, this game received a lot of good praise for how it looked on the Oculus Quest 2. From the way people speak, it is arguably the best looking game on the Quest 2. And it's been said that it's the best looking game on PSVR 2. And I think an argument can be made for that. One thing that's undeniable, it is undeniably the sharpest game that I've seen on PSVR 2 yet. I spoke in the past of how the other games had the soft edges and how some games even looked borderline blurry the first time I saw them on PSVR 2. But if this is any indication, when I first I played about 5 minutes of it a couple hours ago before I went live, and the picture was so sharp that if you would have put a headset on me and I would have opened my eyes, I would have swore it was PC. So let's go.
Sasha, wake up. You can do this. I know you can. Open your eyes.
And this game is 120 hertz native. No reprojection.
I can't believe it worked. Sasha? Is that you? Are you all right? How do you feel? Of course. You may have trouble speaking for a while. I've had to transfer your mind into a different body. It was our only shot at pulling you from the simulation safely. I know. Bet you have plenty of questions, and I'll tell you what I can, but first, let's get you out of here. Come on, we have to hurry.
The reflective floor, the lighting. Very impressive. Let's go.
This is the Atlantic Union's lunar base. Oh, don't worry. The body you're in belongs to the officer keeping you in custody. You're practically invisible. Just act normal and you won't attract unwanted attention. I should probably introduce myself. I'm an undercover operative here at this base. You can just call me Beta. After the Strelka N3 incident, the Atlantic Union captured and subjected you to an experimental procedure. A neural simulation created to extract information from deep within your mind. One more day in there and we'd have lost you. Lucky for you, the Cosmo Bureau entrusted me to help you escape. Just follow my instructions and we'll get you out of here in no time. Okay, first things first, you gotta dress the part. You're gonna need a vac suit to make it to the ship docked just outside.
I'll put that suit on in a second. I just want to take a look outside and see the detail.
How clean are the visuals, Clay?
This is PC clearness. This is I'll put it this way. This game is so clear through PlayStation VR 2 that if you were to ask me, should I get it on PC or should I get it on PSVR 2, I would tell you it wouldn't matter. Because it's going to look good on both. This is sharp. This picture is sharp. You guys have heard me say it enough times of the other games that I've seen on PSVR 2 that had sharp edges. Soft edges. I'm sorry, soft edges in games like GT7 and Horizon Call of the Mountain. The very first time I saw those games through this headset, my thought was, what the fuck is this blurry dog shit? I'm like, is this supposed to be next generation VR that Sony talked about? And I had to turn the brightness down and wait for a couple of patches in order for those games to look acceptable. This right here is razor sharp. I don't have the PC version, but this is one game where I wouldn't see any point in buying this PC version because, on my 4090, even as powerful as that PC is, I don't expect to see a noticeable difference.
Well, how about that? Fits like a glove, huh? You can operate the grippers by squeezing the triggers to grab and manipulate objects. Use them to open the sliding doors in front of you.
Everything in here is detailed.
Perfect. I'm trying to open the airlock from here.
Is this a puzzle game or does it have combat?
That's the workspace on the lower deck. The engineers always leave spares lying around.
I'm hoping it's got some combat in it, because if this is strictly a puzzle game with no combat, then that would explain why it looks so good and how they were able to get it to run 120 frames native. Okay, so what am I supposed to do with these fuses? Oh, maybe put it in that door? Here, let me see if I can find smooth turning. Audio preferences. Jetpack movement turn. All right, there we go.
If I extend the bridge any farther, it's just going to draw their attention. Okay, This is a perfect chance for you to practice using your suit's built-in thrusters. Nice. Do the same to get to the next one. This time, you'll need to press the right stick to brake midair. This will increase your precision when landing. Alright, easy does it. Your jetpack can make it, trust me on this one. Just make sure you keep holding forward until you reach the other side.
No? No? Death! Yeah. Oh, all right. Oh my Christ. Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Good job.
Whew.
I'll open the storage unit.
Oh my God.
You're probably still feeling a bit disoriented from the neural transfer. This might help jog your memory. All these items were recovered from Strelka N3 after the incident. They were used to recreate the simulation you were subjected to. Your suit features a built-in scanning tool. Press the face buttons on the left side to cycle between your different tools. You can get additional information about objects that you scan. Try it out. This'll help to refresh your memories and settle your mind.
I was thinking
Stas
about
Volkov,
getting this.
your closest friend back at Strelka N3. He was shot and gravely wounded. Then, after the incident, just nothing. No sign of him ever since. We fear the worst.
Okay. You were thinking about getting this? Wait a minute. Is there something? Is that reflections or something inside of there?
Are you worried about Sony's commitment to PSVR 2? Where's the first-party games at?
All right. Let me sit down and give my opinion on that real quick. Um, you know, if Sony wanted to make PSVR 2 the must-have item for Christmas, in my opinion, as far as the VR part goes, they were supposed to come out with guns blazing at that showcase last week, and the all the other games they showed, the Spider-Man 2 and all that stuff, I really don't have any opinion of that because I never walked into that showcase with any kind of opinions of it. All I cared about was the VR part. And as far as the VR part of the showcase, what I wanted to do was gauge the ceiling of the PSVR 2, because I was saying in an earlier stream when I was streaming GT7 earlier today, someone was asking me a question, and my opinion is that I think the headset is great, but I think the PS5 is underpowered to run it to its fullest potential. And so up until we seen this game, it was starting to look like it was true. They did make Call of the Mountain look better with a couple of patches, but it didn't look good the first time I saw it. Same thing with GT7. So coming back to the showcase, I was thinking to myself that, okay, people were hoping to see or expecting to see an announcement for Half-Life Alyx or Grand Theft Auto 5 in VR. And I honestly think that I think the PSVR 2 could run Half-Life Alyx, but I think it would be some compromises. I think some assets would be stripped out of it, and it wouldn't be near as detailed as the PC version. I still believe that. Grand Theft Auto 5?
Definitely expecting it.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yep. So Grand Theft Auto 5 in VR, that is a big open world game. And I just don't know if PSVR 2 can handle running a game that big, single player and multiplayer, and still maintain even the 360 graphics that the game originally had. So not like, as far as first party games goes, we've got Gran Turismo, we got Horizon Call of the Mountain.
They don't have full confidence in it, and they hope third party can carry it. PSVR is being carried hard by Capcom.
Yeah. Now, I warned people about that a couple of years ago, that being that PlayStation VR, in my opinion, especially with the controllers are status. They're status quo with controllers for other headsets. And that was one of the problems with the previous PlayStation VR, was the controllers. Everybody complained that the lack of thumbsticks. Now we got them. But I warned everybody that the majority of the games that you're going to see on PlayStation VR 2 are games that are already on the Quest and PC. They're going to get ported over here. So we got a ton of games. The PSVR 2 launched with a ton of games, but because they aren't AAA blockbuster games, I think, it's got people questioning how serious Sony is about PSVR 2. Now, as far as first party games goes, they've given us Gran Turismo 7, they've given us Horizon Call of the Mountain, and as far as I'm concerned, you could call Resident Evil Village and the upcoming Resident Evil 4 remake, you could call those first party exclusives as far as I'm concerned, even though they don't own Capcom, but in all likelihood Sony paid for exclusivity. So PSVR 2 will probably be the only place that you can natively play Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 4 in VR. If you play it anywhere else, like on PC, you'll have to probably rely on a VR mod from Praydog. And all that being said, again, you would think that Sony would have came out with guns blazing at the showcase last week, but I don't think they didn't show us any games that's going to make a casual person say, hey, I got to go out and get PSVR 2. If they would have wanted the casual gamer to run out and get PSVR 2, in my opinion, they would have had to show Half-Life Alyx, GTA 5 in VR, maybe some kind of God of War with VR support, a Twisted Metal with VR support, a Spider-Man or Uncharted, something with VR support, one of their big blockbuster titles, you know, with VR support. But they didn't do it. And the only thing that's stopping me from questioning Sony's commitment to PSVR 2 is that this Activision...
Twisted Metal. Face with tears of joy, thumbs up, medium dark skin tone.
Yeah, exactly. I think Sony's holding back, honestly, because of this Activision bullshit. You know, Microsoft is pointing the finger at Sony and saying Sony's been kicking our ass for about 20 years. We need Activision in order to be able to compete with them. And Sony's trying to, you know, fire back and say that if Microsoft gets hold of Activision Blizzard and gets hold of Call of Duty, that it would do so much damage to them that they would never recover. So both of them was trying to... both of them would try to act like they would be severely hurt if they lose. That being said, I think Sony's holding back some of the games that they got planned in order not to look like they're going to blow Xbox out of the water, because a Gran Turismo
Firewall Ultra needs to hit hard. Big pressure on the game, but even that is not going to make casual people pick a headset up.
No, it's not. I don't think Firewall Ultra is not going to move the needle for the casuals. I think Half-Life Alyx on PSVR 2 would have a bigger impact than Firewall Ultra. And Grand Theft Auto 5 on PSVR 2, done deal. It's a system seller. Everybody's running out and getting a headset. And here's another thing. I think I had seen a couple of videos talking about rumors of Gran Turismo, Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out in 2024. So if you have Grand Theft Auto 5 on PSVR, you have to announce it now. You cannot let Grand Theft Auto 6 come out and then turn around and announce Grand Theft Auto 5 for VR. You would be going backwards and the two games would cannibalize each other. So if they have Grand Theft Auto 5 in development for PSVR 2, that Sony showcase was the place they were supposed to announce it.
Absolutely. They need a big IP.
Yeah. I also think that it's possible that Sony may have been in talks with Activision to bring Call of Duty, to bring some kind of Call of Duty experience to PSVR 2. If Microsoft gets their hands on Activision, they will kill whatever the project was. They say they won't. They say they won't change anything. They say
they have to give GTA 6 VR support.
Yeah. Microsoft is saying that if they get hold of Activision, they'll leave everything as is. They won't change anything. They're lying, because when Microsoft bought Bethesda, the first thing they did was started pulling games from the PlayStation. You know, now we learned that recent Redfall game that's gotten bad reviews on Xbox, that game was supposed to come to PS5, and as soon as Microsoft got hold of Bethesda, they killed the PS5 version of it. So there is no doubt in my mind that if
I believe they didn't have an Astrobo VR game ready for launch.
I think we're going to...
That would help the casual sales.
It would. I do think an Astrobot is coming. I just don't know why they didn't show it at the showcase. Because I don't think that would be enough to move the needle where it would look funny in the eyes of the FTC. Because I think this Activision thing, as I was saying, if Sony was in talks with Activision to bring some sort of Call of Duty experience to PSVR 2 and Microsoft gets a hold of Activision, they will kill the PSVR 2 version. So I think it's on the Microsoft side. I think the FTC is the last huge entity that Microsoft has to go before. They've been blocked by the CMA. I think the EU told them, yeah, we'll approve the deal, but you got to give the game away for free. And I think they essentially told them you got to go third party. And if the FTC blocks the deal, I think it's done. Microsoft withdraws from trying to buy Activision. But if the FTC lets the deal go through, maybe Microsoft still is willing to buy Activision and just accept the fact that they won't be able to market any games in the UK. I don't know. But I think that's part of the reason why Sony's holding back. You know, a lot of people say, no, that's not it. This Activision thing is done, yada, yada, yada.
I think a PS5 Pro is a good move for PSVR 2 performance issues.
Yes, I do. But that all depends on what Sony's thinking. Case in point. With the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, Sony mandated parity between the two consoles. In other words,
Arizona 2, so many new exciting VR titles coming from Sony.
Yeah, it's just whenever they decide to show them. So coming back to the situation about PS5 Pro versus, so let me get back to PS4 Pro versus PS4. If there's a game that runs 60 frames per second on PS4 Pro and it runs 30 frames per second on PS4,
Fire Sierra.
We'll get to that. We're going to talk to that. I'm not going to get that game, but we'll talk about that in a second. So if a game runs at 60 frames per second on PS4 Pro and it runs 30 frames per second on PS4, Sony is going to tell the developers that it has to run at 30 frames per second on PS4 Pro as well, because you would have an imbalance.
Have you seen latest trailers, Lincoln? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw the Sony showcase. So Sony is going to mandate parity. So here's another thing that I had heard. GT Sport, I heard that they had a working model of GT Sport.
Synapse looks crazy good.
It does. I heard they had a working multiplayer of GT Sport on PS4 Pro for PSVR working, but because the standard PS4 was not strong enough to do it, they wouldn't do it on PS4 Pro, because it's got to be even across the board. Even though the PS4 Pro had double the power that PS4 had, Sony wanted everything to be even across the board. So basically, the only thing developers were able to do with the PS4 Pro was basically give games an extra coat of paint. Make games look a little bit better. But in terms of performance, no. Sony would not let any games run better on the PS4 Pro than they did on the PS4. I fear the same thing could happen here. Gran Turismo 7 runs at 60 frames reprojected, 60 real frames, 60 fake frames inserted in between the real frames, and because of that, you have a ghost trail when you play GT7 on PSVR 2. If the game ran at a native 90 frames per second, it would look clear. I don't know if it would look this clear, but it would definitely look much, much better. But I do not think I don't think the console has enough power to run that game at a native 90 frames per second. In comes the PS5 Pro. I think a PS5 Pro would have enough power to run Gran Turismo 7 at a native 90 frames per second, but Sony may not allow it because you have one console running the game at one frame rate and have another console running the same game at a different frame rate. So Sony may not allow it because they may want that parity shit. That being said, PS5 comes out. If Polyphony Digital are not allowed to switch up and let GT7 run at a native 90 frames per second, I will not buy PS5 Pro. So if you ask me, if you ask me right here, right now, are you getting PS5 Pro? My answer would be no. The answer would be, let's wait and see what Sony wants to do with this console. Will they demand parity, or will they let developers take full advantage of a PS5 Pro? Because a lot of these games already look good on the PS5 to begin with. So I'm not buying a PS5 Pro just to get an extra coat of paint. I want better performance. I don't want any of this reprojection shit. I'm not a fan of it. I want a native performance. I want a native 90 frames. I want a native 120 frames, which is what you're getting with this game. So I'm looking around, and everything still remains razor sharp. No blur.
Good point, Clay.
Thank you.
Irina Serova, Strelka N3's resident biologist. She was killed shortly before the incident took place. Irina and Stas were romantically involved.
Oh, no kidding. This is impressive. The shadows, the details.
How much have you played? Would you recommend I grab this?
I only started playing this game about...
Hi Lincoln, this is what I expect on next gen VR.
Well, I'll tell you this. What you guys are looking at here, in my opinion, this isn't necessarily the power of the PSVR 2. I still think the PS5 is underpowered. I think what you're looking at here is amazing optimization from Vertical Robot, the developers of this game, because this game looks good on all formats from what I'm understanding. This game is people are saying that this is the best looking game on Quest 2. I have not seen the Quest 2 version. I have not played the Quest 2 or the PC version. But I'm hearing they look pretty damn good.
Smooth.
But I'll say this, that this game looks so good on PSVR 2 that I don't really see the need to get the PC version to try to compare them. Because I mean, if the PC version of this game looks better than this, you would need Digital Foundry to show it to you.
The red matter. Very little is known about this substance. It was the spark that triggered the Strelka N3 incident.
Test tube holder. It was likely used to perform tests involving the red matter. Okay. So it's in terms of clarity and graphics, if you're asking me if you would recommend this game based on that, hey, you're looking at it. This game looks pretty goddamn good.
4K textures, full resolution, and 120 FPS
They led you to
boom.
believe you were someone else in order to increase the simulation's chance of success.
So, scientific intelligence profile of
That
Sachi.
sound. Weird. There shouldn't be anything still operational around here. Sasha, see if you can find out where it's coming from.
Oh, okay. This is my profile right here because technically, I guess physically, I'm dead. I guess they were able to snatch my mind out of my body and place it into this person's body. So I guess this facility, the body that I'm in is basically security for this facility, and they placed my mind in that body, so I should be able to move around undetected. And so this right here, so I'm Sasha, so this is my profile right here. Oops. And that's a picture. Look at that. You get the picture flaps, so the physics are there for that picture. Unbelievable. This shit looks like a real picture. It looks like a picture that I just, want to hang up on the wall. So this spacesuit, this is my spacesuit right here.
Rhea, Saturn's second largest moon. It was selected as the ideal home for Strelka N3.
I was just about to say, all I hear how great it looks, but what about the gameplay?
Right now, there hasn't been any action. I'm just walking around trying to gather information as to what happened around here. So I guess the story is that there was an incident here. I was captured, and they were trying to extract information. And I guess I was about to die, and so they pulled my mind from my body and put it in another body. So I don't know if I'm supposed to go through one of these doorways. Let's check this.
A long-range transmission terminal. Looks like it's picking up an incoming signal. How is that even possible? Use the
okay,
right gripper
thumbs
to
up.
detach the
Medium
interface
dark
tool
skin
on the
tone
left
we're all
side.
experiencing
Once
together.
detached, connect it to the terminal's access port.
Okay.
Did you ever play Red Matter 1?
No, I did not. But I mean, I was curious about it, but I had never got around to it. What did they... I missed it. I don't know what they told me. Unplug the connector from the left controller.
Nah.
It's him.
Cool.
Sasha, you're talking.
Stas. It's Stas.
Stas Volkov, your teammate from N3, your friend? That's not possible. He was presumed dead.
He is not. It's a distress signal. His ID is encoded in the message.
That's great news. Okay, let's locate that signal.
Okay, sorry folks, I was just trying not to get lost in the story.
Tosca Station?
Tosca Station. We can reach it from here, but the clock is ticking. You have to hurry.
Wait, me? Shouldn't the Cosmo Bureau be handling this?
No, they'd never make it in time. You know him better than anyone else, so you're our best shot. I'm uploading the coordinates to the shuttle's navigation system. It'll be ready when you are.
Alright, let's go. I guess there is a little bit of action in this game. What the fuck? The moon looks barren, and this station where I'm at feels abandoned.
Alright, there's just some stuff I need to take care of before I get out of here. I'll contact you just as soon as you've entered orbit.
Understood, Beta. And thanks for getting me out of here.
Hey, just another day on the job, right? Safe travels, Sasha.
Flight plan loaded. Optimal route calculation completed. Initiating startup sequence. Engine parameters green.
Oh, I think I felt some haptics in it. I think I felt something in the head.
Completed. Liftoff in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Dude, this is cool.
It is. You look at the moon and it's like, oh shit, they closed the doors on me. You look at the moon, it's like, how the hell can anybody survive out here?
Sasha? Do you read? I see you're approaching Tosca Station.
Looks that way. What can you tell me about the place?
It's a classified scientific research facility orbiting Saturn.
Okay, but why would Stas go there?
Well, according to his file, before being transferred to Strelka N3, Stas was first stationed at Tosca. It's where he and Irina both met. He supervised base operations and assisted with Project Lazarus.
Project Lazarus?
It was Irina's project. It's the main reason the place was built. I'd love to tell you more about it, but I'm not authorized to access that data. Don't worry about it. We'll find some answers soon enough.
Proximity alert. Approaching destination. Initiating deceleration sequence. Thrusters ready. Main drive ready. Inertial dampeners ready.
Wow, look at the Saturn ring right there.
Completed.
Here we go.
You
Holy
nervous?
shit!
I've never done this before.
Don't worry. It's all automated. Just enjoy the ride.
Hailing docking beacon. Link established. Calculating approach vectors. Path verified. Initiating docking maneuver.
Yeah, I just felt some haptics in the head.
See? Told you it'd be a piece of cake.
Got another trophy. Even though I didn't do shit.
That's gotta be Stas' shuttle.
It is, yes. The ship is still broadcasting the distress signal.
That shit right there, that Saturn ring, that shit is mind-blowing.
Empty. Main power is out and systems are damaged beyond repair. This thing hasn't flown in a while.
Huh. That checks out with the transmission delay.
Alright, let's go on inside. Well, I'll say this. Horizon Call of the Mountain is a good looking game, but it was blurry. Gran Turismo 7 is a good looking game in VR, but I see where the compromises were made. For instance, the grass. There's only a few blades of grass, but the rest of it looks like green carpet. Because it would eat up resources to make the entire lawn look, you know, to put every single blade in there. This looks good, and the picture is incredibly sharp. As far as like a space exploration game that I played, I think the last time my mind was blown like this was when I played Lone Echo.
The access terminal is working, but the entrance is locked. The doors won't open.
Could Stas have done this? There must be a way to unlock them.
Let's try it again. There's probably something in his shuttle that I can grab that would, unless, let me look at the back of that terminal. Make sure I'm not missing anything. So there's got to be something on his shuttle that might unlock it. This probably isn't anything on my shuttle either. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Maybe there's a way in down there. Oh, it's locked. Oh, there's something right there. What the fuck? So I'm not sure what we accomplished by doing that.
Think you need to do something with that box down there. Yeah, I'm stuck. Let's try this again. So it's the maintenance panel.
I'm wondering if do I send that platform up and then come back down here or not?
Is it possible to pick up any of those containers?
I will go back down there and try it. I'm going to try one more time to open this door. No dice. Yeah. So I'm wondering if I'm supposed to bring this with me. Well, I'm not going to be able to throw these. Nope. Mm-hmm. So if they're telling me I got to take all 6 of these crates, 7 of them, and carry them back up, that's crazy. What the hell? Look at the pipes. Ah. Find the correct position in the 3D space. The beeping frequency will increase as you get closer.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Okay,
All
now.
right, dude, you've convinced me. I'll be purchasing this soon.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too. I'll be shutting this down here pretty soon myself.
Beta,
All right.
Vlad is sending me a message.
The virtual logic assistance drive?
It's got to be tapping into my suit's systems via the access port.
All right. I am going to leave it there because I've been on my feet this whole time and I'm ready to sit down and take a break. But yeah, hopefully this was enough to convince you guys to take a look at this game. It's $30 at the PlayStation Store. It is single player. It is, and you do not need to be online to play it. And so I am going to leave it there, and we will catch you all on the next one. Very good graphics, and this is a game that I will come back to this game after I finish Call of the Mountain. It does. I will be coming back to this game after I finish Call of the Mountain. So, with that, I want to thank you all for watching. And this game definitely, I like it. Sometimes it's hard to get into the story because I'm so blown away by how good this game looks. How sharp the picture is. It's incredible. So with that, I will see you all on the next one, everybody. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king. And deuces. We'll see you, everybody. Have a good one. Oops.